The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners' Reports is a headline news podcast provided in part by the Calvert County Communications and Media Relations Division. Commissioners' Reports provides highlights from the Calvert County Board of County Commissioners, county government departments, and key government agencies. Commissioners' Reports covers regional happenings affecting Calvert County citizens, upcoming community events, and news. Hello and welcome to Commissioners' Reports. I'm your host, Kevin G. Schmidt. In this week's Calvert County Board of Commissioners meeting, public service announcements. 10 sheriff's deputies recruits will graduate with their classmates from the Southern Maryland Criminal Justice Academy next week and participated in a swearing-in ceremony at the BOCC. Meetings. Southern Maryland Field Representative for the Office of Senator Ben Cardin, Mr. Roderick Lewis, introduced himself to the BOCC and asked commissioners to begin their process of earmarking projects or concerns for Senator Cardin so they may respond with potential federal resources available to the county. The Department of Planning and Zoning Consolidated Transportation Program Tour. Every fall, the Secretary of the Maryland Department of Transportation, MDOT, meets with each of Maryland's 23 counties and Baltimore City. This meeting features a message from the Secretary, provides highlights from the current draft Consolidation Transportation Plan, and gives local elected officials and citizens the opportunity to comment and ask questions. The MDOT's draft capital plan is then revised and submitted with the governor's budget to the General Assembly in January. In discussion with MDOT representatives last year, it was expressed that budgetary constraints with state and federal governments have limited funds available to distribute for projects. Calvert County will receive funding for sidewalk upgrades for Bayside Road, MD 261, for safe routes to schools under the Transportation Alternatives Program. Other projects, such as the Thomas Johnson Bridge replacement, Phase 4 widening of MD 24 in Prince Frederick, and MD 231 improvements are on hold. The Federal Transit Administration has granted emergency assistance under the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act, and American Rescue Plan Act to be administered by the MDOT Maryland Transit Authority. These funds are for locally operated transit systems affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and may be used for operating expenses. Calvert County will receive $3,725,563 in total funding. The CPT tour will give the BOCC and the public an opportunity to have a dialogue, discuss issues, and voice priorities in person with Secretary Slater and representatives of MDOT's business units. The draft Maryland Consolidated Transportation Plan is available for review at calvertcountymd.gov/draft 22 CTP. Convening as the Board of Health. Department of Community Resources Semi-Annual Board of Health Meeting. The Calvert County Board of County Commissioners is the designated ex officio Board of Health for Calvert County. The Board of Health is required to convene at least twice a year so the health officer can provide an update on issues relevant to Calvert County's public health. Deputy Health Officer Champ Thomas Cuddy provided a presentation on the state of health in Calvert County. Proclamations. Youth Appreciation Week. Optimist clubs of Calvert, Prince Frederick, and Solomons were recognized and honored with Outstanding Youth of Calvert County as part of the Youth Appreciation Week program. Appointments. David Hardy and Amanda Knobloch were reappointed to the Environmental Commission. Wes LaPrey was reappointed to the Employee Recognition Committee. Consent. Department of Public Works. Calvert County was granted a National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System Phase 2 permit on October 31, 2018. Under the requirements of the permit, a yearly report must be filed with the Maryland Department of Environment Water Management Administration, outlining the previous fiscal year activities related to progress on 6 minimum control measures aimed at improving the health of streams and the Chesapeake Bay. The BOCC approved the report as written. In new business, Department of Parks and Recreation, Local Parks and Playgrounds Infrastructure Funding Program. In the 2021 legislative session, the Maryland General Assembly passed legislation HB 590 that included an allocation of $1 million in grant funds to Calvert County for shovel-ready park infrastructure projects managed by the Maryland Department of Natural Resources. Eligible projects include those ready for construction and can be encumbered in the fiscal year 2022. The town of North Beach and the town of Chesapeake Beach are requesting an allocation of $150,000 each to fund park projects within those municipalities. The BOCC authorized the board president to sign the local parks and playgrounds infrastructure letter of intent and grant application for Dunkirk District Park tennis courts to the State of Maryland Department of Natural Resources. Additionally, the BOCC authorized the Director of Parks and Recreation to sign the funding authorizations for the town of North Beach and the town of Chesapeake Beach for eligible park projects up to a total of $150,000 per municipality. Department of Finance and Budget 2021 bond sale. The county has issued new bonds in the amount of $22,015,000, with total proceeds equaling $25,174,270, including the bond premium. Joe Mason and Jennifer Diedrichson of Davenport Company, LLC, were present to verify the rates. Following 9 tabulations and bid verifications, the BOCC awarded Piper Sandler & Company the sale and signed the required documents. Department of Community Resources. COVID-19 policies for senior centers. The Office on Aging is recommending policies at the senior centers to ensure the safety of participants and staff, as long as COVID-19 transmission levels remain high or substantial in Calvert County. The proposed policy included masking regardless of vaccination status, social distancing, quarantining, cleaning, and reporting measures. The BOCC reviewed and approved the senior centers policy. Office of the County Administrator. Compliance Agreement for Comcast Channel 6 and 1070 Public Education and Government Access Channel. Calvert Broadcast is the multimedia broadcast division of the Calvert County Government's Department of Communications and Media Relations. The mission of Calvert Broadcast is to serve the citizens of Calvert County by providing programming and production resources that informs, educates, and promotes inclusion and community. As the county's first and only government access television and streaming network, Calvert Broadcast is positioned as a subsidized business development and marketing resource for Calvert County citizens. The BOCC discussed staff recommendations and adopted the Calvert Broadcast policies and procedures. Office of the County Attorney. Consideration of provisions embracing public participation. Presently, many of the more than 50 boards and committees appointed by the Board of County Commissioners do not make provision for public comment within their agenda. With respect to the Board of Education, the commissioners have limited powers by state law. Since the Board of Education changed from being appointed by county commissioners to being elected by county voters, the commissioners have only the power to allocate funding in very broad categories of expenditure. The BOCC reviewed a draft resolution requesting that the Board of Education open its agenda to hear all comments from the public, and acknowledging that difficult debate as pertains to policies implementing aspects of critical race theory require respectful discussions and acceptance of viewpoints different from our own, not the closing of public forums to air the discussion. The BOCC voted to adopt the draft resolution as written and will host a public hearing on the proposed amendment of Chapter 11 of the Code of Ordinances of Calvert County. Presentation. Department of Community Resources Domestic Violence Awareness Presentation. The Department of Community Resources collaborated with the Calvert Commission for Women and the Calvert County Sheriff's Office to share information on current needs, resources, and opportunities related to domestic violence prevention and support for victims. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of County Commissioners will be held November 9th, 2021 at 10 a.m. In other Calvert County local news, the BOCC and Department of Economic Development congratulate the following new businesses: Bark and Bath Pet Salon in Lusby, DMH Plumbing and Excavating in Huntingtown, Remax Dunkirk Gateway in Dunkirk, Ross Dress for Less in Prince Frederick, Sweat Fitness in Dunkirk, Subway Dunkirk Gateway, Von Cheese Counter and Bar in North Beach, and Verizon in Dunkirk. SBA Disaster Assistance for Tropical Storm Ida. Calvert County businesses and residents affected by the remnants of Tropical Storm Ida on August 31st through September 4th, 2021, may apply for low-interest disaster loans from the U.S. Small Business Administration. Applicants may apply online using the electronic loan application via the SBA's secure website at disasterloanassistance.sba.gov/ELA/S and should apply under SBA Declaration number 17229, not for the COVID-19 incident. Interested individuals may visit the SBA website at sba.gov/disaster for more information. AAA bond rating. The Calvert County Board of County Commissioners announces the county has, for the 6th consecutive assessment, received a AAA credit rating from 3 independent credit rating agencies. Fitch Ratings, Moody's Investors Services, and S&P Global Ratings assign Calvert County their highest ratings due to the county's strong economy, robust revenues, and sound financial management. The 3 ratings are assigned to Calvert County's 2021 general obligation bonds totaling $21.55 million and are reaffirmed for the county's outstanding debt. It takes a great deal of hard work to achieve this rating, said County Administrator Mark Willis. Our fiscal health comes through good planning, the dedication of our employees, and the support of our citizens. This is a proud moment for the county, for county government staff, and for Calvert County citizens. Winter sports registration. Winter sports registration is now open to county residents. Stay active through these cold winter months with adult, youth, and rookie basketball and youth wrestling. Winter sports registration can be submitted online at webtrack.co.cal.md.us or by calling 410-535-1600, extension 2649. You can also email sports@calvertcountymd.gov with questions about winter sports registration. The Linda L. Kelly Animal Shelter capacity is 140 animals, mostly cats. November 1st through 6th is National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week. National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week celebrates the dedicated employees who tirelessly care for the animals that enter animal shelters. Locally, we thank staff of the Linda Kelly Animal Shelter, Humane Society of Calvert County, and Calvert Animal Welfare League. In community events, Calvert Library System, Friday, October 29th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Prince Frederick Public Library. Bring your quilting, needlework, knitting, crocheting, or other project for an afternoon of conversation and shared creativity. Saturday, October 30th, between 9 and 9:45 a.m., story time is back inside. Library staff will share stories, sing songs, and have some socially distanced fun. Registration is required at calvertlibrary.info. Calvert Marine Museum, D of St. Mary's Public Sale. Join the Calvert Marine Museum's 2-hour public sale aboard the historic vessel D of St. Mary's and experience the Patuxent River aboard an iconic Chesapeake Bay skipjack, October 30th at 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. Guests will have an opportunity to help raise and lower the sail, and capacity is limited to 30 guests. For more information about this event, visit www.calvertmarinemuseum.com/calendar. Anne Marie Gardens and Sculpture Center. Socially distanced outdoor event with pumpkin carving, cash bar, food truck, festive music, and homemade costumes encouraged. Join us outside for a hilarious adults-only pumpkin decorating contest. Tables will be distanced 8 feet apart, set with individual toolkits and a bucket full of assorted accessories. Can you create a pumpkin masterpiece in just 1 hour? We'll judge results at 6 p.m. and award prizes for the best and worst pumpkins and homemade costumes. Tables and supplies are limited. Register at annemariegarden.org. That concludes our broadcast. The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners Reports is a headline news podcast. Stay current with other news in Calvert County by following and liking the Calvert County government's Facebook page at facebook.com/Calvert County MD, on Instagram at Calvert Broadcast, on YouTube, youtube.com/Calvert County Gov, and our official website, www.calvertcountymd.gov. Thank you.